You can start. Go ahead, Noel.
I thought you wrote the speech.
No, this is the itinerary. See, it says right here, 8:15 to 8:10. Champagne toast. Joseph went. Noel and Kayla. I'm Kayla.
Yeah, but we're supposed to write it together.
I thought you wrote one.
It's cool. We can wing it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an emotional night. Even the cake is in tears.
I don't think we can wing it. I think we need to have a little bit more stationery than that.
Okay, I got an idea.
Okay.
Hold this. All right. I found this on the internet.
Wonderful.
How to start the maid of honor speech. First off, introduce yourself and your relationship to the bride. Okay, I got this. Hello, everyone. I am Noelle, the maid of honor and the sister to the bride. I met Megan 25 years ago in an Iowa hospital waiting room shortly after my birth.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla Riley. I am also a maid of honor, sister to the bride. And funny story, that's exactly how I met Megan, too, in the hospital waiting room. Actually, now that I'm looking around, a lot of you seem familiar from that day.
What a coincidence. Okay, next, be sure to thank whoever you feel is important enough to mention, depending on the circumstances, who paid for the wedding, who planned the wedding.
Okay, so thank you, Dan Riley and Nicholas Schmidt, for paying for the wedding.
Thank you to Emma, Kayla, Mike, and all those who helped set up the ceremony and the reception decorations for the wedding.
Thank you, Grandma, for that beautiful ring bearer pillow that we saw.
Thank you to all of those who traveled out here to celebrate with us.
It's amazing what people will do for a free meal.
And thank you to Nick's mom, Heidi, for the wedding favor chocolate boxes.
Okay, so I feel like there might be another one. Well, thank you to the vendors for all the food, also those guys that brought those porta potties. And I forgot about Mom. Oh, right. Thank you, Renee Riley, for all the beautiful floral and decor that we see today.
Kayla, you also forgot she made the cake, the handkerchief, the bouquets, the centerpieces, the aisle runners, the swag. She helped with all the setup yesterday and did all the wedding dress alterations and the bridesmaid's dress alterations.
Wrong wedding. That was your wedding. Step 3, don't make it about yourself.
Oh, right, sorry. Step 3, talk about the bride and why she's a good person and friend, share a story. Now things get more personal, get creative and sentimental, don't be afraid to be funny. Okay, got it. Okay, Megan and I first met 25 years ago. It was December 19th, 1996. I don't remember much about that day. I was going through a lot at the time, but Megan and I shared an instant connection. We both immediately disliked each other. Yeah, Megan and I have had our fair share of fights over the years, and while there were probably several contributing factors, like Megan going through puberty when I was going through the ABCs, I believe it was also partially because of our very different personalities. Megan was always loud, competitive, ambitious, opinionated, and I was level-headed, easygoing, and good-looking. Over the past few weeks, while we prepared for this wedding, Megan called me several times mentioning this toast, and I think it was partially because of her excitement for the big day, and in part because she realized that I get to stand up here and say whatever I want about everyone in front of her, and that's an opportunity I've been looking for years. While contemplating what I had to say, I reflected on our 25 years together, and let me tell you folks, I've seen it all. I took some time going through some old photos for a funny anecdote or a good story that would sum up Megan and what she means to me. Finding old photos of Megan, though, is a challenge in and of itself because Megan spent half of her time in a disguise. Over the years, Megan has been Mulan, Anastasia, a cowgirl and an Indian, a ninja, a princess, a peasant girl, a cheerleader, a clown, Cinderella. I think Matthew was actually supposed to be the ugly stepsister in that photo. The dress, I don't know. Anyway, in high school, Megan was King, Sandy, from the movie Grease, the sexy one, not the prude. She was a decapitated Queen Mary of Scots, and the only girl I have ever known to wear a full-length wedding dress to a school dance. Even now, Megan has gone to work as Miss Frizzle, Merida, the Grinch, Mermaid Man, and I suspect many more costumes. She has made herself. All of the costumes Megan has creatively made herself. And while this clearly speaks to Megan's artistic skills, the most incredible thing that Megan has ever been is unapologetically herself. I have had the privilege of being the younger sister to a truly awe-inspiring woman who has taught me from a very young age everything that I could be. I watched Megan as she took the world by storm. Megan has an energy for life that is completely unparalleled. She is an everyday reminder to me that with a little hard work, you can do anything. I have watched Megan clean and build from the ground up a beautiful career, home, and life. Megan has shown me what true strength and courage looks like. She is a one-woman army and has overcome great hardships and personal battles that I believe would have defeated a weaker person, but not Megan. She comes through stronger and brighter on the other side. With several years between us, Megan and I did not find much in common growing up, and I have had the gift and the opportunity of getting to know her better as an adult. She is truly one of my most trusted friends and a solid safe space for me. It is easy to share with people in life's joys and celebrations, but Megan can be counted on through the toughest parts too. Now you say something nice.
Okay, thanks. Whew. Well, now Noelle's got Megan crying, so now I gotta feel like I up it. Gotta up it now. Gotta really make her ball.
Go, go, go.
I don't know if I can do that. But again, with everything that Noelle said, I also hold so dear to my heart. I love you so much. And now I get to talk about you in front of all these lovely people. So as Noelle expertly stated of love, I also have known Megan my whole life. As well as Noelle my whole life. Megan and I might only be 10 years apart, but it is hardly noticeable when we are together. We are so similar yet so different, both chaotic and high energy, and it's horrifying, but it's still a great time when we're together. We spend the time alone or with our family, and all I have are good memories filled with joy and laughter. That might be because I was too young to remember that one time that Megan flipped a board game out of rage. But I love to hear stories about it. I'm not going to worry about that now, because now is the time to brag about how great she is, not about her darker moments. So, Megan, my oldest sister, the first thing that I want to say to you is that I love you. I love you so much, and I could not be happier for you in this moment. Being the younger sister, I have had the wonderful opportunity of watching all of my siblings find their other halves, and it makes me so happy to see all the joy that has filled our family. Megan would do anything for those she loves. She's sacrificial and always makes sure to push herself and others to reach the full potential that she'll see inside of them. It's what makes her a great teacher. Megan is a great leader and has always led by example and leads with compassion for the success of others. She strives to get to know and understand people beyond just the superficial level. She truly wants to get to know and befriend others and not stop at anything to make sure those around her are in good spirits and have a better mood overall, even if they are having the worst day of their lives. Megan not only inspires me as a sister, but as a future educator too. I want to be half the teacher that she is to those students that I know look up and respect her and love her for exactly who she is, costumes and all. This may sound corny and stupid, but I truly believe that a life without love is not one worth living, and I can tell that these two love each other with their entire lives. But as the younger sister, I still need to make sure that Nicholas is up to the stakes. So, with all that said and done, I just have one question for you, Nicholas. Do you believe in life after love, after love, after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think I'm strong enough, no!
Kayla, it says no inside jokes.
Oh! Sorry, Britt, what's next?
Step 4, it says, be short and sweet.
Check.
5 tell the story, the most romantic version of how the bride and groom met.
Megan and Nick fell in love.
I think you're supposed to give more detail than that.
Nah, I think they get the picture. Besides, no one really knows how it happened. Megan and Nick were just best friends for the longest time, and then it became very clear to them that in the end, as well as it is to them, but everyone else already knew that they were perfect for each other.
Fair enough. What's next?
Step 6, talk about the groom. Compliment him and why he's great for the bride, what he does, etc.
Like for a living?
Yes, like a living.
That's tough. Hold back up. So Nick is a fairly quiet person. So, like most great stalkers, we turn to the internet to learn about him. It's always been my opinion that you can learn everything you need to know about someone from their social media.
Which is why for the past few years, we haven't tried too hard to get to know Nick.
But from Nick's Facebook, we can see that he is a male.
Yeah, that checks out.
We also find that he was born on August 2nd, 1990.
This makes Nick 32 years old, and within the acceptable dating range and marriage range for Megan.
We can see from his profile that he's interested in women, and while women is plural, we were relieved to find that his status is also in a relationship with Megan Riley.
Nick, you may want to update that now, since she's married and you guys are husband and wife and all.
And that's not her last name. Nick has a whopping 55 photos on his Facebook page.
Two photos are Nick in a red sweatshirt from 2010. 12 years ago, Nick was rocking that same haircut, and so we know that Nick is good at commitment.
There's a photo of Nick from 2013 with a young brown horse. Additionally, 15 of the 55 photos are of this same brown horse. Fully grown. All those photos were taken in one spot in a stream of photos. So,
from this we know that Nick loves this brown horse, and it sticks around to take care of those he loves.
we also know that Nick is not good at photography.
2 of these photos are memes, so we know that Nick has a good sense of humor.
24 photos are of Nick riding the brown horse. This tells us that Megan and Nick share common passions and a lot in common. It also tells us that a horse lives a long time.
8 of these photos are just uploads of movie posters. From what I think we can only assume are Nick's favorite movies. So from this, I think we can deduce a little bit about Nick's character.
Not to stretch it, but from the movie Deepwater Horizon and the movie Unstoppable, this tells us that Nick likes high adrenaline, drama, and trains.
Yeah, I think Megan will be perfect for that.
Saving Mr. Banks tells us that while Nick is a responsible adult, he is still a kid at heart and he will keep Megan young.
Fury tells us that while Nick has not served in the armed forces, he basically understands and respects that what our dad and brother have done for a living and for our country.
Yeah, I think it's just a movie. You can figure it out. It's easy.
Probably.
Rogue One tells us that, like many Rileys, Nick is a nerd.
Captain America, the First Avenger, tells us that Nick is a patriot, which is a requirement for those who join the Riley family. Also that Nick is still a nerd.
Pacific Rim tells us that Nick likes big monster movies and the advancement of technology.
Which explains the job, honestly. Computer science over here? Makes sense. Wind River tells us that Nick has a clear sense of right and wrong, or at least a good taste in movies. One picture is of Megan and Nick dressed as the Joker and Harley Quinn. This picture, I think, really just shows us that Nick is willing to join Megan in her creativity and costumes. Also, it might say something about their mental health, but we're not going to get into that.
It's not a good time. And finally, 2 photos of Megan and Nick working on building a roof together show us that, like Megan, Nick is hardworking and determined. It shows us that together, the two of them are an excellent team and can tackle any task in front of them.
I think it's safe to say that we know everything we need to know about Nick, and to say that he is the perfect addition to our family and an amazing choice life partner for Megan.
All right, step 7. Wish the newlyweds wonderful things for the future, offer advice, a quote, a poem.
Oh, I got this. So, finding love, right? So, finding the love of your life is like a hunt for buried treasure. It can be long, winding, exhausting, revolting, exhausting again. You could get injured, but it also has many challenges. Anyways, you must overcome all of those setbacks and to use your best judgment to decide what turns and choices to make. Luckily, you know where you should end up because it's, marked on the map. Like any good treasure map, the destination is clearly marked with it.
You can't, it says don't talk about exes.
Right. Okay, so you offer some advice, you're married, you should know the rest of the story.
Megan and Nick, I'd like you to turn and face each other. You are now looking into the eyes of the person who is statistically most likely to murder you.
No, that's not it. That's not good advice. Just what's step 8?
Okay, step 8. Practice plenty before the big day.
I think we should just skip that one.
Right, okay. Step 9.
Celebrate the couple. Why they're so good together. Oh, Megan and Nick have built a home and a life together. Over the past few years, they have blown everyone away with how unstoppable of a team they are. I mean, they're building their house practically. I love it. As we look at our bride, Megan, today we can see how beautiful of an older sister she is and setting out on her next greatest adventure.
I think we can all agree that Megan is absolutely breathtaking tonight. Doesn't she look amazing, everyone? Yeah! And Nick cleans up well.
I know, just imagine how adorable their kids are gonna look.
Actually, now that you mention it, I was just thinking about that the other day. Have you seen those apps where you can match 2 photos of people together and you can see what their babies are gonna look like?
Oh my gosh, yes! I think those are like artificial intelligence technology? So they gotta be super accurate.
Yeah, I downloaded the Make Baby app on Monday because I was curious. It only costs $4.99 to find out what a baby Schmidt would look like. Kayla, you've gotta see this baby photo.
Well, which of the 2 photos did you match together?
Okay, this one. And this one.
Okay, so those are some good photos. They gotta have a good looking baby, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, so cute. So cute.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, but look at the baby. You can't help but wonder. Are we related? Are you sure?
Kayla, that's mean. But you know what is more terrifying still? That baby's a ginger.
Well, it says poke fun, but don't cross the line.
Oops, sorry. What's step 10? We gotta wrap this up.
Step 10, leave room for crowd reaction.
Grab the glasses. Lost it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Schmidt.